stay square, good. Stay square.
Football is officially back. Welcome to Quick Hits, the Records Weekly Football Preview. We're here at Stagg. We're the Week 0 game of the week, a rematch of last year, Lincoln at Stagg, an intra-city game that's quickly developing into a rivalry. Both players and coaches in the community heavily invested in this game. Here at Stagg, the Delta Kings are looking to recover to their form of old. 2 years ago, a 10-2 team, the TCAL champion, the number 2 seed in the Division I playoffs. Last year, though, a lot of turmoil, a couple of strange forfeits that turned out to be wins. They went 5-6, made the playoffs, but for Coach Don Norton, senior quarterback Levante Bushnell and company, that's not enough. They aspire to be where this program was a couple of years ago and where they believe it should be.
I expect us to come out with a W and nothing less. I think the one thing I remember is it felt like a slap in the face walking off that field, hearing their fans booing us, laughing, all of that. So this year I feel like we need to, pay those guys back.
Well, I think this is a big rivalry game, and I think it's going to grow to even bigger rivalry game. The crowd last year booed us, and when we came out on the field, that was great. It's great. The energy that was in that stadium was great, man. That's what football is about. It's playing in front of a big crowd like that, with all the energy in that stadium. Shoot, if you can't enjoy playing football in that kind of atmosphere, you don't enjoy the game.
Well, this year we have more veterans. Our linebacker core is more experienced. Our DBs are more experienced. We have a young D-line, but they're really strong and they're ready to go.
I'm just hungry. I'm ready to eat. I gotta leave a legacy. I want to be the guy that my sons and all them friends talk about when I leave. And just like I said, I'm just hungry. I wanted to get this W. And last year I wasn't really ready, but now I think I got it. Well, I know I got it.
Over at Lincoln, the roster has plenty of transition this year. Last year, the Trojans built on big, menacing lines. This year, a wealth of speed and skill position talent. Coach Brian Gray and company, the offense is still in transition, deciding between junior Aaron Thomas and senior Colby Dixon for starting quarterback.
Colby kind of brings just that pocket presence. He moves in the pocket well, and I think Aaron, he's able to get out of the pocket, and he's able to move around and run and create stuff with his feet.
For me, it's just always first step. Always the first step to beat the man, be lower, be quicker. It's just the same thing I'm going against any other opponent, just try to be better than them.
The depth has helped us in terms of competition and getting us to play at a pretty high level. I felt we don't have the numbers, so we're going against each other all day in practice, which kind of wears you down a little bit. But what we showed at the scrimmage this past weekend is that we do have fresh legs, and when we go against another opponent, we do have some downtime, and our kids responded pretty well to that.
We just want to. It's like beginning a rivalry. It's a big thing now because Lincoln and Stagg hasn't played against each other in such a long time. So now it's like a big thing in Stockton. 2 of the top teams seeing each other finally.
While Lincoln and Stagg is the game of the week, it's just one part of a huge Week 0 in Sac-Joaquin County, Stockton, and the Motherlode. Lodi hosts Bear Creek in an intra-district game up at the Great Bowl. Manteca takes on Buhat Colony, a couple teams with power football in mind. The Buffaloes, though, this year have reinvented their offense, adding some shotgun, up-tempo concepts to what they do with senior quarterback Corey Charles. Sierra, a co-VOL champion last year with Oakdale, host Ripon, a matchup they won in Week 0 a year ago on the road. Now they have it at home. Senior tailback Mark Paulet Jr., the leading returning scorer in California, number 3 in the nation after tallying 45 total touchdowns last year. A year ago, the Franklin Yellow Jackets went 1-9 overall, and that one win came against Hiram Johnson of Sacramento. They host that game this season. It's the first game of Coach Larry Thompson. In another game featuring 2 area teams, Lathrop hosts West. The Spartans, with first-year coach Joe Perillo, a product of Manteca High, who played for current coach Eric Reese, is in his debut. West went undefeated in the preseason a year ago, beat Lathrop in that opener in 2014. Steve Anastasio, senior Marcel Dancy, hope the Wolfpack keep picking up. They got 5 wins last year after 2 consecutive one-win seasons, and they want to take it a step further. Another team looking for redemption after a tough few years, East Union, without a winning season since 2010. They believe they have the chops and the chemistry to make that happen this year. They'll host Grace Davis of Modesto on Friday night. Last year's Calaveras at McNair opener was a complete shootout up in North Stockton. The Eagles were victorious. This year, the Redskins have graduated senior tailback Connor Hamilton, but nearly the entire offense returns from McNair. Senior quarterback Osai Brown, wide receivers Darian Grimm, Sean Hamilton are set to put up a ton of points again this year, and they hope it starts well up in the Motherlode. Linden football, which hasn't put together a winning season in 11 years, hopes to bounce back, hosting a Newman or Stemba team that has a very difficult quarterback-running back combo. The Lions, though, and coach Mark Miller are confident in their experience. 9 returners on both sides of the ball, including quarterback Anthony Craven. Brookside Christian figures to be a contender in the Sac-Joaquin section Division 7 this year. They host Rio Vista on Friday night at Lincoln High. Its debut of freshman quarterback Quincy Glasper, who Coach Simon Gomez is very excited about. Apparently he can throw the ball up to 65 yards already. Thanks for joining us on the Records Weekly Football Previews. Remember to check out our new high school sports website, StocktonPreps.com. You can go to our Facebook page, Facebook.com/StocktonPreps, on Twitter @StocktonPreps. I'm on Twitter @RecordPreps, and you can follow all of our sports coverage at RecordNet.com. And the new StocktonPreps.com for your Friday night has scores, updates, standings, stories, photos, videos, everything you could want.